Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara Jordan, or Tammy, and I am so glad you are here and that you clicked on today's video. In today's video, we are going to be crafting. We're going to be doing an oyster shell craft. So I've been seeing a bunch of oyster shell crafts like decoupage oyster shells on like Anthropologie's website, but they're going for like a lot of money. I'll put some here. And I was like, I could probably make that by myself. So I wanted to try and make that. So what I was planning on doing is making probably like 8 or 9, one for myself and then the rest for my teammates. And I think this is kind of a cool craft because it's oyster, it's sea, I don't know, it's like kind of giving summer, and it's kind of a cool, I don't know, I just thought it would be cool to try and do this. So I actually already made one because I wanted to see how easy / and or hard this was going to be. It actually turned out to be pretty easy. So what I did was I spray painted, well, you'll see all the steps, but I spray painted the bottom gold. You do not have to do that. You can keep the oyster shell, you know, white if you're more into that, but I love gold. I love gold.
I love gold!
So I thought I would spray paint the bottom gold, and then what I did was I found some napkins and I decoupaged using Podge, which I'll show you. You'll see all the steps. And I put a color that I liked. I thought blue would be really pretty with the gold. So I put some, just a pretty little napkin in there. And then what I did at the end was I went around the edge with a little bit of gold, like English gold, kind of like paint glaze. So I will show you all the, so this is how it turned out. And I thought it turned out really, really cute. This is meant for you to put like your rings and your like necklaces and your jewelry in, or you could also put in like your keys and small little trinkets, whatever you want. So as I said, I will be taking you through every step, but I did want to show you what you needed first. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need to buy some napkins. I bought an assorted pack of blue napkins, like different types of blue napkins, and then I will show you how to do it in a second, but I bought a bunch of blue napkins. Oysters, you can get them if you live near the ocean, which I actually do, and I was looking for them around where I live, but most of the oyster shells that I had were broken, which I don't want. I want whole oyster shells so that it's like, you know, a surface that can hold something. And I also have, where we live, we have a lot of mussels, and mussels are just too small. So you go to like a crab shack, or you're like near somewhere that has a lot of oysters, or you know where to get them, by all means get them there. So I bought these on Amazon. I bought 5/6 inch in length. And these are really, really nice. And honestly, most of them, only 2 didn't stand up. Most of them stand on their own by themselves, which is amazing because I was gonna put something on the bottom, but now I don't need to. Like I said, you can keep it this order if you want to. I just, you know, I'm extra, so I wanted to do gold. You're also gonna need Mod Podge. I got the shiny kind. The TikToks that I saw, people doing this, they got the shiny kind as well. So shiny Mod Podge. You're also gonna need some type of spray paint if you're planning on spray painting the bottom. If you are not, you don't need the spray paint. So I did matte gold, and then I did, well, kind of like a Baroque gold. And then I did a little satin clear coat afterwards. And then before you put in that napkin, you're gonna need to paint the inside with white acrylic paint. I used acrylic. But you're gonna need to paint the inside because the inside, as you can see, is a little bit, it's not all white. So there are, you know, traces that this is a shell, that this lived in the ocean. So yeah, you're gonna need to paint that all the way white so you have like a nice base. And also, like I said, if you are getting your own, you're gonna wanna like bleach them and wash them really well. If you don't bleach them, wash them really, really well. But I wanted to skip that step, so I just bought them. So for this outer rim, you're gonna need old like pen brush. So you could do either or, but I have this. It's like a little paint, but you could also use a golden pen brush. So I'm gonna go in with my first coat of gold spray paint. I think I'm gonna do 2 coats. So they're all done. Luckily, it is like 8,000 degrees outside, so they should probably dry within the next 20 minutes. So they are dry. Some of these I'll have to go around but that's why I think I'll probably just cover it either with the napkin or, you know, add a little bit of that gold around the side. But yeah, they look pretty good. They're dry. So we're gonna get on to the next step, which is painting the inside. You will need acrylic paint and you're gonna need a brush. And I would recommend doing 2 coats. Coat 1. So I went ahead and painted all the rest off camera. This is the first coat. I'm going to do a second coat after it's dry. I'm going to paint this last one so you can see kind of the difference when you add 2 coats versus 1. Waiting for them to dry. It's been maybe about 30 minutes and they're still a little bit tacky, to be honest. Not dry enough for me to work with them, and we're also losing light. So I think I'm just gonna stop it here and I'll pick up with you tomorrow, and that's when we're gonna do our Mod Podge and the napkins, and then I will start to decoupage the inside of the shell. And then I think the last step will be to add this. So yeah, I will pick back up with you tomorrow. The glare in my glasses is crazy, I'm sorry. But this is day 2 of our oyster shell decoupage project. In this portion of today's video, we're going to be filling the shells with napkins, the Mod Podge, and well, that's it. Because I want to do the last part, the gold rim. I'll probably do that the next day. So the first one, I will walk you all the way through it and how I do it, and then I'll probably time lapse the rest of them. You're gonna need napkins, you're gonna need your brush, and Mod Podge. And it's okay if you say Mod Podge, that's fine too, like, I'm not a hater. Let's go with this one, that one's pretty. So first things first, you need to know that these are double plied. The ones I bought are double plies. So you're gonna wanna pull the sections apart. You don't need this, you're gonna want this section. So kind of map out what you want. This is how I'll do it. Pull this back a little bit. There we go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of put my hands around the shell. Press in here like that, kind of make it concave into that shell area, that dip. And now we Mod Podge. So you can do it where you're Mod Podging first and then putting the napkin on. I don't particularly like doing it that way, only because once it's on, there's no moving it. So if you Mod Podge and then you lay the napkin on and you made a mistake, there's no taking that mistake back. Okay, let's get started. A light layer is good because you're going to do another layer the second time. But you kind of want to pull it, push it, you know, taut. And obviously you can't go over it too many times, because if you do, then the napkin will rip. So don't do that either. But besides that, this is a pretty easy activity. You could do this with your friends, you know, as like a craft night. That would be kind of cool. Also, if you do too much Mod Podge, it will start to blend or bleed the colors. So try to make it kind of like, I'm actually shocked because I saw some of these for sale. They don't have them on Anthropologie's website anymore, but they were on sale for like $30, and I was like, I can make that. So I'm just kind of making sure that there's no wrinkles, and there will be, but it's fine, they're barely noticeable. There we go, just like that. Then put it down and we'll work on the next one. Okay, so I hit this with 2 coats, and now I'm gonna just, you can cut it off too, but I think it's easier just to gently rip off the parts that haven't been glued down because it's not sticky. So it should just be easy to rip off. It looks a little sketchy, but trust me, it will turn out beautifully. So I was able to put 2 coats of Mod Podge on the shells, and I'm gonna let them dry overnight, and then I will add the last finishing touch. Why am I shaking it? I don't know, but why not? The gold, it's like kind of like gold paint around the edge tomorrow. So they're very, very beautiful, as you can see. And once they dry, and then they have that gold foil around the gold edging, they're gonna be incredible. So yeah, which one is your favorite? Mine is probably that one. I love the way that one looks. I also love the way this one looks. It's beautiful. This one's actually shockingly prettier than I thought it was going to be because of the pattern that I used for this one, because it's so deep. This one's really pretty too. And this one is also very beautiful. And then I would say this is probably my least favorite. Unfortunately, I just don't love this pattern. But yeah. So I started working on these 3. Look how beautiful they are. So I still have 2 more to do, and then there's 2 over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Well, finish this up so you guys can see. Here are the other 2 I haven't. Just have the bottoms painted. I still need to paint around. So I'll show you how I do that now. hope you enjoyed our little oyster craft. If you like the video, please like, please comment, please share. Please comment if you've made this before or done something like this. And don't forget to subscribe if you like my content. And I will see you in the next one.